Bro, welcome back everybody. If you're just tuning in, fucking Discord fried, absolutely fried my fucking computer. No, I haven't given Discord my personal information, brother. So we're all sweet like that. We are back everybody. The shit just cooked my shit. Actually, I don't know what cooked it. I don't know if it was like this space fucking shit. I don't know if it's this space shit that cooked it or the fucking... Here we go, bro.
Hi, and
2_Sigimix says,
video.
Blame it on
In
NASA.
this video, we're going to be taking a look at pirates who are hijacking US Navy communication satellites. Now, while this is not a new thing, it is, however, new to me, and I wanted to share my findings with you in this video, just in case you haven't come across this either. Now, I'm sure a lot of you hardcore SWLers have already come across this before,
this is something
but I found this extremely interesting considering how long this has been going on for. Now, the satellites that I'm talking about here are the old Fleet Satellite Communications System, which launched 8 satellites between 1978 and 1989. Now, these satellites were originally designed to provide UHF communications for the US Navy between ships, submarines, airplanes and ground stations. Each of these satellites had 12 transponders with a transmit antenna reflector diameter of 4.9 meters, which worked in UHF range between 240 MHz up to 400 MHz. Now, most of these transponders on these satellites were simple repeaters with no authentication or control over what they retransmitted. Now, in the late 1990s, the Fleet Satcom satellites were gradually replaced by the UFO satellites, but currently Fleet Satcom 7 and 8 continue to provide UHF communications. Now, it's not so much for the Navy, but pirates.
Sorry dudes, I'm just
modified
looking...
radio equipment and homebrewed antennas are still using these satellites today for illegal communication. Now, it's
3
been
pair
said that
says,
the
who up
majority of
transponding?
unauthorized traffic is coming from radio users.
I am looking... I have
including criminals,
a
drug
software-defined
dealers,
radio
illegal
thing here. I'm just trying to
loggers,
find it.
truckers,
I'm gonna plug it
and
in.
individuals
I'll plug it in and see if we can
located
find
in remote
anything.
areas. Now, there was a moment
It's on my
when these
room.
pirates
It's in my
got
room
busted
somewhere.
by the Brazilian Federal Police, but today this kind of illegal activity is being met with limited law enforcement action. Now, after learning about all this, I never thought that my current equipment setup would be able to receive these transmissions from Fleet Sat. Well, I was wrong. Using a dual band collinear antenna on the chimney of my home, I was able to pick up a faint, distant signal. After tuning around the bands, I managed to find some transmissions which were audible. Now, using a filter plugin on SDR Sharp, I narrowed the bandwidth to around 3 kHz, which led me to hear those pirates hijacking Fleet Satcom satellites from thousands and thousands of miles away. Of course, the antenna that I'm using is not perfect for this band, but it worked. So let's go ahead and take a listen to what they sound like.
Bro, I literally have an SDR transponder in my fucking room. I literally had it out just the other day.
com a bateria fraca. Eu acho que a placa aqui hoje eu tenho que dar uma limpada, né? Final de semana aí. Meus painéis solar aqui. Minha bateria é uma bateria bem antiga. Vou botar uma nova. Aí o bicho pega, viu? Fica bom demais. Deu energia. Não precisa muito forçar. Deixa assim mesmo. Não. É o Piauí. Piauí, por cá. Deixa assim. Quem chegou aí? Não entendi o que você falou.
Oi, sorry, cunts.
Now you can see here
Sorry, dudes. I've
these
literally
guys were
got
chatting to each other,
one of
but
these-
quite not on the same frequency.
I've literally
So I
got
had
one of
to
these
manually
in my
adjust the
room.
frequency that I was listening to,
I need to find
so I
it.
could hear the
And
whole
I can
conversation.
plug it in. We can
Now,
see what
to
the
me,
fuck we
it
can
even
hear.
appeared that one
We'll
guy
see what we
was
can hear in
using
the
an echo
area.
chamber for
I was
his
doing it the
audio,
other day on my
something that we commonly
I was
find
sharing
on
it on
CB
my
radio bands.
Instagram
Now, I wasn't able
stories.
to understand what these people were saying. Maybe one of you guys might be able to understand and let me know what they were talking about. But as mentioned before, the majority of traffic comes from the Brazil region.
Since we don't actually have our homemade spaceship finished quite yet, we're going to be using ground-based radio equipment to hunt for space pirates. And the type of pirates we're looking for are actually space radio pirates. Back in the 1970s, the US government launched a fleet of satellites known as Fleet Satcom. These were basically orbital UHF repeaters using the 250 megahertz band. At the time, back in the 1970s, nobody else really used 250 megahertz for anything, and the equipment to use that frequency was pretty expensive, out of reach of random people in the general public. The government and the military, in their infinite wisdom, decided we don't need any kind of security or encryption on these satellites. We're just going to have a wide open repeater where anybody transmitting on 250 megahertz up gets it bounced right back down on a similar frequency. Now that might have been just great back in the 1970s, but in later years people started to notice that there were all kinds of consumer products that operated in the same or similar frequency ranges. There started to be issues where the government would be picking up mobile phones in Russia or CB radios down in Brazil. You might argue that the mobile phones in Russia was a feature rather than a bug because, hey, maybe the military wanted to listen to those. But this went both ways because hackers and criminals realized they could use it as well.
A satellite placed a little more than 22,000 miles above the equator will take exactly 24 hours for each orbit. Since the Earth itself rotates once every 24 hours, a satellite in this position always stays above the same point on the Earth's surface.
Here we go.
Such a satellite can receive and send
Yo,
back messages
here we go.
continuously over an area of about one-third the Earth's surface.
And that's how you get space pirates. People are out there using these US government satellites as pirate radio repeaters, sending CB communications, slow
Will we
scans,
find anything?
all
Does
kinds
anybody
of
think we'll find
unauthorized
anything?
transmissions that they bounce around the
Look at
world
how
this
crazy
way.
it is. Just a little
Now,
USB
actually
stick.
transmitting anything through these government satellites is still illegal, and I'm certainly not advocating that anybody do it. I'm only going to be listening to traffic on these satellites. I'm not going to be transmitting anything to them. I'm not going to be doing anything unauthorized or illegal. I just want to snoop in on it and see what can I hear on these satellites. Now, I've read that some of the biggest users of this Fleet Satcom network
Alright,
are
here we
not
go.
actually the US military.
Now we
It's mostly
we
truck
could do with a
drivers down in
better
Central and South America.
we could do with a better aerial. This aerial is all the only aerial I have right now. So what I'm gonna do is it's magnetic. So I'm just gonna clip it to the top of this. Just gonna clip it to the top of that. All right, let's see what we can do. SDR. Alright, guys. Right now, we are now changing from... This app should open up. By the way, guys, if you want to tap in, you just got to open up this link in your browser that I sent there. SDR app is the app that we're chasing. I have it in my downloads, I think. Okay. Okay. Bear with me, everyone. Here we go. How are we looking on stream? Can we see this on stream? Guys, ladies and gentlemen. Source, boom. Oh shit. Sorry guys, I'm going to turn the volume down until we find a frequency. So this is actually picking up. This is live data right now. Everybody watching right now. This is live. This is my computer. And this little aerial here. See how I've just touched the aerial and look at all that feedback that's coming through? Can you see that in real time? See, in real time as I flick the aerial. See the interference? Okay. So I've shown you that this is in real time, all right? So now what we're going to do is we'll start off something real simple. We'll just got FM frequency. We'll just see if we can find anything. Where are we sitting at? Look at these frequencies coming through here. There's a big rake. There's a big kind of a rake band frequency. See all these peaks here? So this area here, CB radio.
3 pair says, should add a reflector to the base of it.
Yeah, you reckon? That'll help us out, help it out, will it? See, what are these? There's something right there. There's something right there. We need to zoom in on it. I'll make this wide enough so it doesn't go off the page. Alright, here we go.
Three pair says it's more directional that way.
We need some ham radio, man. We need to be picking up ham radio, bro. Where do you reckon we're going to find something, guys? Medium wave. We need to go way high, eh? Polar orbiting satellites, cunt. I think we're a bit too high there. Military air? Fucking hell. Look at the military air band, bro. There's a fucking lot of shit going on here. I don't think we're going to be able to hear any of this. I would just like to reiterate for everybody watching at home, this is not illegal. This is perfectly legal. It only becomes illegal when you start broadcasting on certain frequencies that you don't have licensing for. Bro, we're not doing a very good job picking up any of these frequencies. Alright, we'll start working backwards now. What's that? What? 10. We're not even finding normal radio. Like, where's the fucking normal radio? Like, at what frequency are the normal radios kicking in? Yeah, man, look at
Three
this.
Pair says, I've also heard of people using them digital TV UHF antennas and hooking them up to do what we're doing. _Sigimix says, I want to hear the onboard radio of Prometheus Nothing Less.
Bro, we're not even picking up fucking... Wait a second, we need to fix something going on. Because the other day I was fucking picking up shit. And now we're not even finding anything, bro. So something's going on. Something's going on. We need to figure out what the fuck's... We gotta get to the bottom of this, bro. Yeah, we're starting to find some radio stations now. Whoa, so, wait a second, what's that crazy jump? Airband. So what is airband VOR IRLS then? What's the number for Triple J? What number is it? So 97.7, 99 point... How sick is that? You could fucking draw some little pictures like that. A bit of jazz. We're here at the bit of jazz. Was it 107.5? Airband VOR ILS. Airband VOR IRL. It typically refers to tuning a VHF aviation frequencies or listening to them in real life using software defined. Between 108 megahertz and 117 megahertz. Okay, so that's for plane radios, is it? There it is right there, 108. Starts right there. Listen to that like bass tone, that big low ass bass tone. If you're just tuning in, don't ask me what the fuck I'm doing. Because I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, bro. Now, I don't know if anybody is aware, but just as I have my radio plug, my aerial plugged in here, you can actually, there's websites, I think it's open link. I think it's, there's websites where you can actually tap into other people's fucking aerials, bro. So this one's in. Ready? So I'm just going to mute mine, turn mine off for the moment. So where's this one? This is in. Where are we? That's Web SDR. I want Kiwi SDR. Here we go. Shouts to everybody that's tuned in, man. If you know what I'm doing, hit us in the fucking thing. If you don't know what I'm doing, just kick back, bro. It's alright. You don't need to know. You don't need to know everything, bro. You don't need to know everything. This is a remote receiver in fucking South Australia. Sorry, this is not making for a very good stream right now. Sorry, dudes. Sorry, dudes. It's fucking crazy. Break your fucking ears, eh? We need like UHF, bro. I'm looking for UHF. We're trying to tap into some fucking UHF, bro. I want to hear some fucking yarns. I want to hear some people being like, yeah, buddy, should just come around the hill right now, buddy. Japan, Canada, Japan, Alberta, Canada, New Zealand, Thailand, Australia, Canada, California, sorry, Florida.
At the tone, 12 hours.
Bro. Yo, who's this talking? Sorry, dudes. This. Bro, what have we got going on here? Is this some like Chinese shit? Like, is this Chinese radio? Japanese radio? Can you hear that? Yeah, we're actually officially fucking making contact with aliens right now, bros.
Watermelon Fleshlight says that's some shit from the fifth world.
Yeah, bro. Hard, bro. I'd love to hear some good fucking 4x4 yarns. Here we go. Something's going on over here. Look, see that? Or maybe over here. Bro, what the fuck's going on? Yo, Lois Fitness, what up? Over here. They're like full just like blocking out that whole band, bro. It's all pretty dry out there. Guys, what the fuck is this? The fuck is this that we've entered? Rwanda. KX5KM. Rwanda. So if I get a radio, I can call this dude in Rwanda. And he's going to be on from 9X5KM from June 4 to June 13, bro. And then he's going to solo holiday expedition. Bro, I want to call this dude up in Rwanda. Which reminds me, I need to call fucking old mate, see if he's awake yet.
A beautiful, eternal moment to you. Thank you for remembering that you make a monumental impact on the expansion of life, that life is better by virtue of you, and even Creator Source gets something from you, the likes of which God can only get from you. Fly well on the wings of ascension, and I look forward to getting back with you.
Beautiful. Still didn't fucking answer my call, bro. Beautiful answering machine, but you gotta start answering the fucking phone, brother. No, there's no calling going on here either. Bro, I feel like we're like right on the edge of something really dank, bro. Like I feel like we're at the tipping point of something fucking dank. Now, if you're wondering actually like how I got into this sort of shit, I remember ages ago when the Ukrainian war started like popping off.
You did just perfect, John, as usual when you're doing the net. Oh, if I turn that thing off, I'd be better. Anyhow, you did perfect there, John. Once again, thank you for stepping up to the plate. That's really great. We appreciate it. It's 0AJO. Back to net.
_SiggyMix says, I sense dank.
There's some dank here somewhere. That fucking sensing dank as well. Now, the thing is, sorry to be blowing up your speakers like this, guys. You're probably just trying to chill. If you are listening to this, make sure that you just like turn it down a bit. And then I suggest maybe even putting like a low pass filter. You can't do that. But like, I could do that for you actually. I could put a low pass filter on this for you. And make everything sound... I could actually do that for you right now. And you'd be like, fuck, honey, man. Bro, you like really fucking... really hooked us up with that one, bro. Maybe I'll just do the voice like this. Check 1 2 1 2. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. You feeling that? You're not feeling that? Even get a bit of this rocking here. Check 1 2. Get this rocking for your noggin. Alright, so we're nice and low like this. This will probably help you sleep easier, guys. Alright, fantastic. How about this? Check 1 2, everybody. Now I gotta check it just because I can't fucking hear what it sounds like. Check 1 2. We still standing out there. How we sounding? Sounding like fucking real spacey out here. Testicles 1 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a bit of callback radio going on. If you have ever accidentally started an argument online, if you've ever started an argument online, by accident and then felt bad afterwards, call in. You are not alone. I can tell you right now, guys, you are not alone. I participated tonight and I regret it. I never usually do it, but I did it, and fucking hell. Now I know how it feels. See, this is the type of thing I'm looking for. Interesting. Okay, this is reminding me of this.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. Today, welcome back our friends Stephen and Evan Strong from the Forgotten Origin out of Australia theory, and we're going to be diving into all the people that came here before Captain Cook and why the Australian government and I guess world historians and stuff don't want us to know the true version of our history. So welcome to the show, guys.
Oh, thank you for asking us back. We do appreciate it.
Love being here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hopefully you guys, that last episode was really well received, so hopefully you got some followers and we're bringing some more attention to all these important topics.
Sort of important because we've done everywhere in the world bar Australia.
Yeah.
Getting into
Well,
Australia for us is hard.
if you want to share that presentation, Evan, and let us know, a bit of the background, and is this just the best bits of everything you've found, I'm guessing, over all your years of research, Stephen and Evan?
Oh yeah.
Apparently. We'll all find out together because he's done it, not me.
All right.
All right.
So
Okay.
starting off with the Egyptians.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So you can see a little map there, and then they've even got India, Southeast Asia, and then there we go. There's Australia down there.
Wait. Oh, over there. Oh, yeah, didn't see it.
Now, when it says tribes of the earth, is this any connection to the tribes of Israel or anything like that, or?
Ooh.
Actually, yes.
Ooh.
But it's probably more to
Oh, we are like, this is like on theme. This is on theme with what happened last night. This is on theme with what happened last night.
do with the people who were living in a hunter-gatherer indigenous lifestyle,
Okay.
which would include South and North America, Australia, and obviously some parts of Africa.
Yeah. So it's based on a tomb mural, and they've kind of extrapolated it from that.
Cool.
But I just thought I'd start with something cool like that. But moving along, I always thought that's quite interesting. So you've got two very similar looking figures there, don't we? One's in
Yes.
Australia, one's in Egypt.
That's going to be a commonality about this.
Yeah.
Our elders have told us the Egyptians came here before they were doing hieroglyphs and learned how to do hieroglyphs from here.
Come on, bro, speak faster.
Primarily, for all intents and purposes, their religion is close to an identical copy. In fact, there was a great book called Voices of the First Day written by Robert Muller, and he primarily said the same thing, that their practices, the way they do things. I mean, I'll give you an example of one from Darnley Island. I don't think you've got a picture of that one, have you?
Oh, yeah, no, I've looked for a picture of that one. All I've got is, I've got references of it, but,
Yeah.
but not the actual picture.
Well, what happened was a guy called Sorrel Sorrento, it's quite famous at the time, did a study of the mummification process that took place at Darnley Island. And he made the point, and this Robert Muller picked it up too, it was the same. They even used a hook to pull the brain out through the nose. He said he could not believe the similarities, even when it comes to the actual ceremony at the finish, when Perelko, the crocodile, stood there and would decide whether this person could go to heaven or hell, and was rowed out in a boat. Everything was the same. It's a common story that you're going to find so much stuff in Australia that looks Egyptian, but in having said that, you really need to reverse the order. There are so many things in Egypt that look Australian.
There's another one.
That's
So,
what I've been saying.
we all
I've
know
been
that
saying that for
Egyptians
years,
have
bro.
90s
Bro,
headed God figure, right?
I actually saw these two dudes speak on YouTube probably about 10 years ago, bro. And I was like yeah, word, bro. Like word. So much of it makes fucking sense. I was like, bro, Anubis, bro. I was literally like this, bro. You know Anubis? Everybody out there? I was literally like, bro, see this lad, Anubis? I was like, he's a kangaroo, bro. That motherfucker's a kangaroo, dog. Look at that shit, bro. He a kangaroo, brother. Egyptian kangaroos, brother. Have you ever seen an Egyptian kangaroo? They're like these things, bro. They're little tiny. What are they called? They're called a gerba. Jerboa. Fucking got on Facebook to see it. Look at that shit. It hops around like a kangaroo. Now give this motherfucker here. Give this motherfucker here like 100,000 years and no natural predators. And like fucking straight oxygen and fucking hard times and lots of sun and fucking food, and this thing's getting the size of a kangaroo, bro, trust me. Or it's the other way around, and this is like a bastardized version of a kangaroo. Anyway, it's called Egyptian boa, tiny kangaroo of the desert. Fucking sick.
And in two places.
They got ibis, exactly. They got ibis, crocodiles. They got all the same shit.
In the Gosford kind of region, you've got two ibis-headed figures.
Is one of the large-scale ones on the ground only viewable from the air, or is that like a smaller stone carving?
Not these ones. No, not like the Murray Man. But
yes.
What's interesting about this, and people may not be aware of this, that when original people, when we do engravings of animals, we do them face on.
Yes.
They're based on profile. And as you know, the Egyptians are very much into profile. We're supposed to be face on, but we do it always. If you go back far enough. One's in the Dampier, up in West Australia, and the other one is on the central coast in New South Wales. And they're separated by about 5,000 kilometres. Could be a coincidence.
Yeah, well, that's what they love saying.
Oh, they always say that. Everything's a coincidence in Australia.
And
or someone dropped it here.
When you say that we might have taught them hieroglyphs, is the carving like some advanced technology to carve so accurately, or do you think it was just chisels, or what are your thoughts on that?
No, well, when you go to carry on, I suppose we're going to do that at some stage.
Yeah, well, I'll briefly go through that today, but we're going to show just on carry on.
Yeah, we're going to do this briefly. But you'll find within there the level of expertise and the skill of the mason, and I call them masons because they are.
How intricate and similar the boomerangs are
involved in that. When we go elsewhere, yes, you can throw any other mob in you want. But when it comes to Australia, we see Australia as being somewhat like Mecca, where it was a place of pilgrimage, a place of sabbatical. And that is why what we're looking at here is a story that took place a long time ago.
Amen.
So primarily, the involvement of the Phoenicians.
Bro, the Phoenicians. What, he's bringing the Phoenicians into this? Bro, oh, fucking dead, man. Guys. I feel like this is a rabbit hole that's like interesting for you, but I'm not actually that interested, bro. I've already been down there, bro. I've fucking been there already, bro. Tartaria, all this sort of shit. I can't sit here, guys, I can't sit here and pretend like I'm like shocked by this shit. I've seen all this shit before. I want the craziest shit. I want the craziest shit.
We are in search of. We are missing three major keys. The reason I classify them as major because they're not the only keys missing, but three major keys that allow one to find the rest of the knowledge of self. Identity, self-knowledge, and self-revelation. Write those down. You're not going to read those anywhere. I haven't written them yet. And identity encompasses first and most importantly because we work, start, look, announce ourselves from outside in our consciousness. Identity begins with name. Everything has a name. The whole peculiar idea of Adam going around naming everything is quite a bit of work. So we know we're not talking about some guy running around planet Earth and everything he says, that's a roach, that's a butterfly, that's a bee, that kind of naming. But we're talking about an intelligence that operates in and as a thing that causes it to function, to behave, to perform certain abilities and powers. That is name. Name and nature are synonyms. The reason you have a name is because you have a specific nature. Your name correlates and corresponds with your specific nature. Even your American Negro-colored name is reflective of your consciousness, your mental abilities, and your spiritual and academic or mundane talents. Understand, the universe is not partial to someone's language. It owns all of them. It promotes communication, intelligence, comprehension. It is not Islamic, it is not Arabic, it is not Sanskrit or Japanese. In the universe's path of identification and clarification, it is language. The highest language that makes reference to...
Can't fuck off. What are you talking about, glow-in-the-dark shark, bro? What are you talking about, glow-in-the-dark shark, bro? It's fucking sick.
Just a handful of land animals that can create their own light. The most well-known are fireflies. But down in the deep sea, where natural light is limited, some creatures have to make their own light.
Inside Science.
How's this mix?
It's estimated that about 75% of deep-sea creatures are bioluminescent, meaning they can create light by mixing two chemicals within their bodies, making themselves glow. The light tends to be green and blue, colors that travel far in seawater. And in the dark of the deep ocean, glowing can help creatures attract mates, lure prey, or confuse predators. Marine biologist Dimitri Dehane has spent years studying how marine animals use light, in particular, a shark species that glows.
The cut shark is a shark that lives in the
They glow to attract men.
Inside.
Fine. Where humans are.
Guys, guess what? Guys, guess what? I hate to do it to you. I hate to do it to you. I hate to fucking do it to you. I need to fix this shit up. I need to fix the call-ins. I need to do all this shit. I'm just gonna get a phone, bro. I'm just gonna get a phone and I'm gonna whack the phone number down here. And you can bell in, bro. That's the easiest fucking way. Old school, bro. I'm gonna do old school, bro. That it's the Last Supper, lad. The Last Upper says, lad. That's fucking hectic. Cheers, cheers for showing me that, Lockie Anderson. I really appreciate that, bro. Alright, everyone. Much love to you. It's fucking night time. It's night time. It's also bedtime, though. Alright, so everybody get a good night's sleep. And, we'll be back. And if you're watching the streams of the dude that I fucking yelled at, sorry, bro. That was really rude. That was really rude of me.
2_.